Oh my god, second mini session. Right.
Because the first
Now
one got too dark. Ugh, so
it was
many
too
emotions.
dark. So it was too sappy, so now we're going back to a place of explosions.
Explosions.
Wilfred and his daughter. Going back to the college.
Oh, Emily's coming with me? Nice.
Of course, she's a student here. She's technically not meant to be out.
Wait, what? Oh. Say, Emily,
Hmm?
you say you're a student, but I assume there's some kind of hierarchy depending on, well, this is pretty much what your mother helped build after everything we've discussed, so I'm assuming there's some kind of ranking system involved, right?
She nods. Much like her mother, she only confirms things without words to, just, there's no point in speaking it, just nod.
By the way, another thing I've been meaning to ask you. How good are you at punching things?
She thinks for a moment, and she actually, like, looks at her hands and grips them a little. She looks up to you and says, I can do it better than the other students.
He nods. Wilfred understands. He was hoping that he probably got that trait from his mother. Yes. Emily, as you've already learned, your mother is the strong one. I'm the smart one. So, here's what's gonna happen. You're very cute. You're very lovely like your mother. So when boys start flocking around, don't be afraid to punch them really, really hard. As long as you don't kill them, that's okay. Okay? Okay. Keep them away. Boys are bad news. Just keep them away.
Yeah, she looks down at her hand again, and then suddenly, as she clenches her hand gains blackened scales, and then turns right back again. Because oddly enough, even though it doesn't mention anything about age, because as long as she's level 1 or above in Sorcerer, she can actually summon claws.
Yeah, just make sure you don't kill them. I'll be able to treat them as long as they're not dead. Everything else is fine.
She nods,
Good girl.
taking the
Keep
wise
it her.
words of her protective father.
So yeah, in this school, what are the ranks? Can you tell me? He
She
asks her as they're walking towards the inside of the building to someone who can help him out with more details.
Yeah, she's mentioned of the rank, and the people can actually see the whole document I have on the school while I'm explaining it.
You have a document ready, just a sec.
Yes.
What's it called?
Abyssin School of... Oh, I haven't changed the title. It was the old title of Mythic Arts. Don't worry, it's Alchemical Arts. It's a wrong name, but still, same thing.
I don't see... Is it in the handout section?
Huh? No, it's not there. Oh, and they've also got their old names. I'll change that later. Ignore the names. Ignore them.
So where should I be looking then?
Oh, 1 second. There you go. You should be able to see it now.
Right, let's see. Jennifer Wiesenthal. Okay, so that's the vice principal. Hacker? What? Ah, never mind. Dormitories. So, Emily, are you an initiate?
She shakes her head.
Oh, what rank are you then? I'm curious.
She has to think for this a moment, as if she's trying to contemplate. And then she goes, I think I'm artisan.
An artisan? Oh. So you wanna be... one day you wanna be a craftsman and a shop holder like me?
She nods.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
she's...
Wilfred smiles and pets her.
But she goes, I'm aiming to become a master.
Oh, so you wish to study in all fields? Mm. Yes, I believe alchemy is such a vast and versatile tool. One shouldn't limit himself to just one field. It's good to be able to have knowledge in all sorts of fields. You never know when that knowledge may save your life or help you achieve something you otherwise wouldn't be able to do.
As you're looking through the document that you probably picked up from the information desk, Emmy tries getting hold of the other hand to hold it.
Oh yeah, I thought they were holding hands all along. Yeah, okay.
She holds your hand and then she goes, "But my focus is on healing as well."
Why did you choose healing? Because of me?
She waits for a moment and then shakes her head.
Oh, then I'm curious. Why did you?
When I saw Mother come back from the war, she was hurt. I couldn't help. I wanted to.
I see. Wilfred tries to keep his sad reaction to himself and puts on a smile to hide how that made him feel hearing that.
She's still young, so she doesn't pick up on that.
Healing and protection is probably the most boring field when it comes to alchemy. It's not flashy like throwing bombs around with different alchemical ingredients. It's not as intimidating as shape-shifting into a giant powerful beast. It's not as convenient as summoning creatures to fight for you and do your bidding. But in my opinion, healing magic, I guess I'm being biased, but healing magic is the most important of them all. Because none of them will matter if you can't protect that which is important. Alchemy draws a certain type of people. It always draws to it those that are lacking something, and through alchemy they wish to fill that hole inside themselves. And that's a very dangerous way to live. That's why alchemy is not always used for good. It's very often used for misdeeds and evil, because people don't treat it with the respect it deserves.
Like
They
what
must
Mother said with
appreciate.
fire.
What?
She says like what Mother said with fire.
That's true. There is while healing does have a few, shall we say, gray zones, for the most part its sole purpose and design is to protect lives. As such, I find that it's the most important, because, you know, if people are hurt, if people are suffering, then none of the other fields of alchemy can help them.
She seems to understand. Or at least that's what impression she gives you.
So tell me, Emily, is there something you want to protect? Is that why you picked alchemy? You wanted to protect and help your mother?
Yeah, I wanted to help her.
And when you did, how did that make you feel?
I haven't had a chance yet.
I see.
Mother's strong. She doesn't get hurt easily.
Yeah, she's always been pretty tough.
But I enjoy it, so I continued. Mother may not always be this strong, so I gotta help her.
So is that your sole reason for studying alchemy and furthering your research in healing? So you can support her if she needs it?
And I also enjoy it.
Oh, and why do you enjoy it?
It's interesting.
Hmm.
All the different. Hmm?
Wilfred pats her on the head and smiles. I think that's good enough.
Her hair gets a bit ruffled, but she smiles at being praised. Not completely understanding the completely complex worldviews of being an alchemist, she simply is a child enjoying what she enjoys.
Yeah, Wilfred was just because she seems like very intelligent. Wilfred was just gouging her reactions, and he's just relieved that she's acting her own age, sort of.
As much as one with her strangeness can.
Yeah.
By the way, Kuro is walking straight behind you, and he is just as big as Kishiki, so you do stand out. Like, he's mount-sized.
So, considering the principal is always pretty busy, I guess we should go to the vice principal.
If are you asking Emily or?
No, I'm asking the GM.
Oh, well, you don't know. You haven't been here enough to figure that out.
I'll head to the vice principal.
Okay, you're heading to Lily then. Okay, easy enough. Where is she?
It's fine. You don't have to bring her up if you don't have to.
Okay,
Wilfred
then.
knocks on her door.
She says, "Come in." She sounds a bit tired.
Wilfred opens the door and ushers Emily to go in first, and he follows her behind. He then waves at her.
So she goes, Emily, welcome, and oh, hello, Wilfred.
That's me.
She nods. It's like, before she turns to Emily and it's like, how are your studies going? And they're talking for a bit, and Kuru is seemingly a bit dejected that he can't get in the door. So he has to sit outside across from the hall. He's actually getting a few pets from the teachers that he's ignoring, but they seem to actually quite accept him here. He seems like a part of the furniture.
So after Emily and the vice principal stopped talking, Wilfred guessed his point. I wanted to learn more about your hierarchy here in school, and I would also like to apply for a job.
Job?
Yeah. If you're hiring.
Let's talk about the hierarchy first, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
This may be important to you. Initiates, the first years. The most common version. Emily here was an initiate for her first year, and only recently moved up in rank. Due to her talent, she completely skipped the craftsman rank, as you may have noticed.
That's my girl for you. She looks very proud, and he pats her head again.
By the way, she looks a bit confused at that. Your girl?
Oh. Wilfred looks down to Emily. She doesn't know?
She shakes her head, and she states her full name, Emily D. Loef. You can assume that the D in her name is actually Dion. Since you and her mother were not married at the time, she simply stuffed the name as a middle name.
How old?
What else was she meant to do? By the way, the vice principal is still looking a bit confused towards you.
Wilfred is just enjoying watching her reaction. He's not saying anything. He's got a stone face.
Of course, your stone face isn't as good as Emily's. But
He's doing this as revenge for the roles from last time.
it's like the ranks. It's like, she's clearly
Is everything
shocked.
alright? Is everything alright, Vice Principal? You seem a little unnerved. Did we catch you at a bad time or something?
No, it's fine. How strange. Yeah, initiate, that's for the first years, the people who are still learning alchemy. The craftsmen, of course, are certain people who wish to in the crafting side of alchemy, such as potions, objects, such as the devices that mix two potions together. Arzan is the next step of this. Artificer focuses more on the genetic side of things. Virtuoso is the next step of this. Master is for majoring of all fields. Grandmaster is part of a teacher such as I. Magus is also me and a vice principal. And, well, you don't need to know about the last one. Let's
Oh,
just
but I'm
say,
most curious about the last one, because there was no extra information given there.
well, no one's ever got that rank because the school's only been open about 2 years now. You see, the Meister is the school's, how can I say this, arbiter within the world. He is to go out into the world and achieve things much greater than anybody else. Meant to
Oh.
be...
Oh, I see. Now I understand why you wanted to proceed with this first before we talked about the position as a teacher. Thank you, Vice Principal, you're so kind. Yes, I fully understand now. Let me rephrase myself. Hello, I'm Wilfred Dion, the world's greatest alchemist, and I wanna be your first Meister. He says that casually.
The Meister position cannot be taken lightly. You're not even enrolled at the school, or not even a part of the staff.
Pardon me, Vice Principal, but I have been deeply involved with the school since its creation. It was created by my future wife and my daughter studying here. He is totally taking credit for nothing he did.
It's like, that's, you, just because you're a founder doesn't mean you get extra treatment. I admit that your daughter is clever, but...
I can also do this. He makes another rose and then puts it in Emily's hair.
Emily touches it for a moment, but then leaves it there. It's like, that's not a grand achievement of alchemy.
I don't know. It made her happy. Isn't a smile worth a mountain of gold or a mountain of achievements?
You can clearly see that you're getting to her a little bit here. She's like, her tiredness is already catching up. She's like, that's not how it works. Have you got any extraordinary works to show us? I mean, something that will push the field of alchemy beyond its limits.
You realize you can't just ask an alchemist to share stuff like that, right? There's a reason. Let me ask you in a question in retaliation then, Vice Principal. If what field do you specialize in?
Me, as I said, I'm part of the Grand Masters and the Magus.
So you studied all the fields, correct?
She nods.
If you make a grand discovery that can literally turn the world upside down, would you share it for personal gain?
It depends on if they could help people, not for personal gain, but people would know of it. If I released it.
To answer your question, then no, I have no such thing.
I see. Well, I have heard of your adventures. I agree, though I find it hard that you are really Wilfred Dion. I have to bend to the principal's will and take you on your word, and that a phrase.
Wilfred stops her at that point and raises his hand. No, I have never used my past deeds or my positions in such a manner, and I refuse to start now. If you do not trust my skills or anything, and you think I'm lacking in any way, then that's totally fine. I wish to be trialed.
Trialed? How so? What would you suggest?
Well, we didn't get into any details, but if this school is anything like what I discussed with Frey, there should be tournaments and exhibition duels. Are there?
That is correct for the students to engage in and finish arguments, so to speak.
Wilfred leans down a little bit. Emily, have you been in any?
She looks up and nods her head.
How many? Did you win them all?
She counts on her fingers. She actually has to count on her fingers for a moment. So, and she holds up 4 fingers. And then she nods at the winning.
Wilfred smiles and then nuzzles against her, cheek to cheek.
When you do that, Emily actually looks towards Vice Principal and she goes, "Father's greatest alchemist."
Hey,
Yep.
if you don't agree with me calling myself the greatest alchemist, you can always prove me wrong.
She goes, "I will tell you what. I will attempt to set up a tournament, and I will speak to the principal. If what you say is true and the principal accepts, then we shall see about getting you a place."
Thank you very much. Well, you seem to be pretty tired and busy, so I guess we better leave you to your duties. But before I go, Wilfred walks over and like finds a small napkin or something and puts a few pills there. These are I also dabble in drugs and pharmacy. These should help you get through the day. Don't worry, there's nothing suspicious in there.
If you're with Emily, I wouldn't suggest that you would put anything suspicious in my pills.
They're basically like a condensed form of an energy drink. It's basically just to boost her awareness and ease her fatigue.
I understand. She says, "Thank you. I will hurry along your application once I feel better."
Okay. Good day to you then.
She actually gives a small nod of acknowledgement. "Thanks to your kindness."
Oh, and Wilfred, when he's at the door, he just stops. And once you get around to examining the plant I gave you, let me know what you think of it. There's still a few more things about it that I haven't shared with you, but I think I'll keep it for when your interest peaks. He just says that a matter of factly, like it's definitely gonna happen. And he just smirks and leaves.
Perfect.
Wilfred lifts Emily up in his arms and swings her around him. Emily, are you excited? Your dad's gonna fight. He's gonna prove how strong he is.
She giggles slightly and then nods. It's like, I want to see.
He puts her down. Well then, Daddy better work hard so he doesn't disappoint.
She hugs you and nuzzles against your stomach. Seems to agree.
You know, Emily, there's an old saying in our family. During times of peace, the strong sharpen their fangs. and the weak sharpen their wit. That's how I've lived my entire life, using my head to get myself out of all situations. And your mother, well, your mother can punch buildings. So I'm curious, where do you fit in that saying, I wonder?
She looks rather confused because not even she
Wilfred,
knows.
Wilfred enjoys her confused face. He's teasing her at this point.
By the way, Kuru comes out at you at that point and nudges you with his nose,
Oi.
as if to say, "Get out, go on, keep moving."
Spoil sport. Your mother was way nicer to me.
He just rolls his eyes.
Hey, Emily. What can you tell me about that weird teacher that looks like a construct? Do you have classes with him?
You mean Master Zen?
Oh yeah, I think that was his name.
He helps us with building craftsman tools and constructs.
Wilfred opens a nearby window and Corbin flies in and lands on Emily's shoulder. Something like this?
She reaches up to pet Corbin.
Corbin's very happy.
She brushes her hand through his fake feathers, and feels down his wing for a moment.
They're metallic, yeah.
Yeah, and she goes, "Not exactly. This is only..."
As she's saying that, Wilfred leans down and puts a finger on her lips and says, "Shh. That is cheating."
By the way, when you say that, she goes, "Mm-hmm."
Oh, he removes the finger. What was that?
Does Daddy cheat often?
He looks around and then whispers in her ears. Always, but never tell anybody. It's only cheating if you get caught.
She nods.
He gives her a thumbs up.
By the way, you can actually hear a rather deep grunt from Kuru when you tell her that. Clearly he thinks that you're teaching her bad things.
Oi, don't... Hey, what gives?
He's
you're
judging
not even a
eyes.
father. You're just, well, you're not really a small pup anymore, but hey, I'm the father here. Don't teach me how to act.
He's giving you judging eyes.
Stop looking at me with those condescending eyes. Stop it.
Well, you're arguing with a 10-foot fox. Emily's continuing her petting and checking out of Corbin. She also tries to look inside of him.
Corbin is very shy, so he tries to cover himself up.
No, she lets him stand up and go back on her shoulder. It's like...
Well then. So, does that mean that you said that usually you're not supposed to leave the school, you're staying in one of these dormitories?
She nods excitedly.
Oh. From the way you react, I assume you have many friends and you're very popular there.
She actually has to think on that for a moment, and she shrugs with a nod, as if she's kind of unsure about that.
It's okay, your old man won't embarrass you that much. I won't go around looking at and snooping around your friends. I'll just use Corbin for that.
She has a blank stare at you now.
Ah, did I say that out loud? Whoops! Never mind, Corbin, you're not gonna do that. Except you're actually gonna do that. Wink.
You're not meant to say when you wink.
Oh, I knew it. My daughter is so smart.
Auntie Priscilla told me that. Mother's bad at lying.
Don't listen to Priscilla. Unlike your mother, she's very, 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 very dangerous. She's a very evil woman. Reminds me of the demon queen from another world, but don't tell her I said that.
But
She's a real slave driver.
by the way, she goes, but she buys me sweets.
Yes, she's the devil. She's an evil incarnate. That's how it always starts. First it's the sweets, and then she makes you her eternal slave.
She did mention you were her slave.
You know, when you say it out loud, it really does hurt.
By the way, she looks down from her and she looks back up, and then she goes, "It's okay as long as I get sweets." And then she starts walking towards the dorms.
Mm.
She's already been persuaded by the power of sweets.
Damn, Pursuer. Does your influence and your long reach know no end?
There's suddenly a holographic image of Priscilla laughing evilly. So yes, did you want to go and see the dorms?
Oh yeah, if we can, like... actually, maybe that would be too much. I'll leave that fun for another time, I guess.
Okay then. Is there anything else you want to do on campus, or...?
Well, I think this is good enough for now.
Okay
I mean,
then.
we've been going for quite a while, so... I
Yes.
can only be so greedy, so...
So
As
greedy.
much as I wanna keep exploring and learn more about everything, we can leave that for another time.
Yes, and I shall prepare everything for that mini session and next session over the course of a week. But for now...
So, Emily?
Hmm?
You've been to your mother's room in the tower, right?
She nods.
Your mother is kind of forgetful when it comes to the silliest of things, but you didn't happen to spot a portrait of her in that room, did you?
She has to think for a moment. She clearly is constantly thinking about things and has to push things to the side to be able to concentrate on smaller things. And she nods and goes, "Yeah."
Oh. I'm gonna have to chew out your mother for that one. Because if I remember, that portrait I drew was a little bit risky. A young lady shouldn't look at that stuff.
So she looks a bit confused.
It's okay, dear. I'll...
But
No,
they
I
looked
don't need to tell you. You'll find out in about 15, 20 years, maybe. We'll see.
20.
It's fine.
But yeah, she actually
Just
goes.
always remember, punch boys in the face.
By the way, she goes, "What about girls?"
Girls are fine. That's as God intended it. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
By the way, she then goes, "But the picture in Mother's room looked kind of like the stuff under your bed."
What's that I hear? Somebody blew up somewhere in the school and needs healing? Wilfred Dion, off to the work! Turns away.
And with that, we come to an end of another mini session. I hope everybody had fun. Well, you. And it was kind of fun to have more interactions of characters. It always is. And I hope you will join us again next time for the actual session. For now, goodbye.